What's going on, family? This is Marcus, your host and moderator of the No Hesi hoopcast. And right now, I'm smiling, but that's just to keep from crying. We had some injuries this weekend, man. And the fellas that know Hesi, we're here to help you get through this. Right? So, Black, what's going on? Leek, what's going on? Black, let's start with you, man. Say what's up to the people.
Man, I don't know if y'all can see, man. You know what I'm saying? My beard look a little disheveled. My energy level a little different, man. I thought we had a slow week in basketball until about this weekend, man. I'm not doing too hot, y'all.
Fair enough. Leek, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. I mean, I'm happy to be back, you know what I'm saying, live with my bros talking about hoop, but man, I hate talking about injuries, man. I ain't even gonna front. Yeah. So I'm in the same boat as you, Mark. I'm smiling to keep myself from crying.
Absolutely, man. Well, fellas, let's get into something a little more upbeat, and let's talk about last week's pick'ems. Now, let's see where we are with the dubs and the L's. Black, we're gonna start with you. How many W's did you get on last week's pick'ems?
Man, well, this is something to smile about. I got 9 out of the 14.
Ooh.
Okay.
We back.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 5 out of 14. So.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Well, are we?
Hey, I'm gonna get my. Hey, look. I'm gonna get my yerba, man. All right, y'all see that?
I need the whole case.
Yeah, I think we're officially at a tie now.
Yeah, we back to the tie.
Back to tie.
Shout out Nate Curry, Nate the
Noti
GOAT.
gang.
Yes, sir.
Mister, you going crazy? Nate in the building.
Yes, sir. So now we're back at a tie. We got a lot of season left, so it's anybody's game, and that's the exciting part. Yeah. Fellas, let's talk about some trades that happened. We had some movement going on here with PJ Tucker going to the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, I want to ask you fellas, did this move the needle for Milwaukee? Leek, let's start with you, man. What were your thoughts on that trade?
Moving the needle, you know what? I don't think PJ Tucker moves the needle, but what I do think is that the combination of PJ Tucker and Drew Holiday and Joel Embiid not being healthy, that could possibly move the needle. So I do think this is a good move. Obviously, any contender getting a PJ Tucker kind of guy, it's just a good look. We ain't even gonna front. I mean, he's not gonna bring all the 40-point games, obviously, but PJ Tucker is very active defensively. He's a goon as well, right? And he does knock down the corner three at a probably a higher rate than anybody in the league. Not to say his percentage is better, but he's shooting a lot of them and he's making a lot of them. You could pretty much put him in a lock. And as far as in the corner goes, unless he's just having a horrible night. So I like the move. I ain't mad at it. You know what I mean? I still don't think Giannis has what it takes to do the job, but I ain't mad at it though.
Black, what's your thoughts?
Fellas, what this looks like to me is Milwaukee's. They put this is their last ditch attempt to put together a chip tape. PJ Tucker's been on a few chip tapes in Houston, so right. he's familiar with adding vocals to the chip tape. To continue my metaphor, I think what he brings to the table, obviously, is he's able to defend, 1 through 5 in most circumstances, and Leak, like you said, he's able to knock down that open shot. So I think he adds a little bit more toughness, a little bit more depth. Again, in the playoffs, is that really going to get them over the hump? I don't necessarily believe so, but I do think this is a move in a positive direction for them, and I do think it gives them a better chance to go on a deep run. But again, Giannis is going to have to knock down some shots, man.
Yeah. All this, so Giannis ain't got to knock down a jumper. Come on, man.
Right. They did sign a protector for Giannis, though. That's facts.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good point. What before we go off this subject, what do you guys think about Houston going forward? Are they tanking at this point, or what's your thoughts on Houston? Just trying to rebuild?
Mark, have you ever heard the song "Make 'Em Say by Master P?
Yes.
When he pulls up in the tank and he's out the top, like hanging out the tank. That's John Wall right now.
Right.
They're on a 20-game losing streak. They don't care about winning right now. They're trying to tank for Cade Cunningham. Facts.
A 20-game losing streak? My goodness. I mean, look, man, I definitely feel like they're tanking. So I'm gonna go with that. But is that real, Black? A 20-game losing streak? Is that real?
That's the info I got today, man. Honestly, I don't remember the last time they won.
Right.
Buck with you.
I definitely think they're tanking, and they're gonna get rid of Oladipo. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the Rockets extended their streak to losing streak to 20 games.
Hey, 20 games is a long time to be doing anything.
Right.
Man.
So yeah, I definitely think they're taking. Shout out to Ramon, young Ramon. Hey, it's been a minute.
Hey, Ramon's back. Ramon's back. Ramon's back. What's good?
Even the Warriors beat the blank out of the Rockets. Absolutely. That's how you know they got issues.
Right. That's right. That's
hey, Ramon, man. Hey, where you been at, man? Come on.
Yeah, Ramon, you need to hop in this chat, man.
So,
glad to have you back, bro.
I'm with Black. I feel like it's a tank job for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So we're gonna be keeping our eyes on both those squads going forward. A lot less, we'll be keeping our eyes on Houston. But anyway, going forward, guys, we were talking off air, and per Black Moses' sources, Kyrie of the Brooklyn Nets will be stepping away. And so we're going to talk about Brooklyn here now. They, before getting this news, have been on a great little win streak, man, and really kind of dominating the league. They're getting richer. So here's my question to you two gentlemen. Do the Nets need Kevin Durant to get this ring this year? Black, let's start with you, man.
Man, that's a tough question, man. I mean, obviously, Kevin Durant is top 2 best player in the NBA. And I'd be a fool to say that a championship team doesn't need a Kevin Durant. But just looking at the way they're constructed and the way they've been kind of handling business without him, I'm starting to doubt whether or not he's necessary until it gets down to the nitty-gritty in the playoffs. I mean, that being said, Kyrie obviously has to keep his composure. James Harden has to continue playing the way he's playing. And they've got to ingratiate Blake Griffin into whatever system they got going right now. But I'm starting to question whether or not Kevin Durant is necessary for the rigmarole of the regular season.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all feel about that.
That's a good point. Leek, what's your thoughts, man?
Hey, Black, I'm actually with you on that. I don't think KD's necessary for the rigmarole of the season. I think it would have been ideal to have Kevin Durant for the whole season, meshing and us get a huge sample size of KD and Kyrie, and then with the addition of James Harden and now Blake Griffin, it would have been great to see a huge sample size of that. But we haven't gotten that, but we have gotten the sample size. And with KD going through his injuries, nobody wants KD to go down again. So we're all like, all right, that's enough. You know what I mean? We don't have to see the whole regular season thing. What we actually see is KD is now a big red button, right? That's what he is. In case of emergency, right? Or in case Kyrie and James get in trouble, or in case there's a series where it happens to be 2-2, so to speak, right? You press that big red button, and he comes in. It's like a nuclear button, right? You know what I mean? He comes in and just basically nukes the opponent.
Yeah.
So I think they can hold KD off for that moment at this point. They don't need it. Kyrie and James actually both have chips on their shoulder at this time too. So yeah.
He's a big, lanky, deadly red button, right?
Right. Look at Ramon. KD getting carried to another ring Wouldn't be the first time.
Hey, he brings up a great point, fellas.
Yeah.
If the Nets are able to maintain this level into the playoffs, and let's say KD comes back for the last few series and they win a chip, is that a ding on KD's legacy? Let's get into that talk.
I mean, look, hey, we all know what KD could do. So there's a place where it's like, no, it's not, because he's coming off the injury. So, we want to make sure he's healthy. This was his first season back. Usually guys don't even guys don't play up to the level where he's already shown on their first season back from a season-ending injury, right? So I mean, we already got to see that he's back to KD level. So no, absolutely not. I mean, no, I wouldn't say. It's easy to go there, but I wouldn't go there. Not me.
Yeah. Here's my thing, fellas. Any fool could see that any team Kevin Durant is on, minus the Lakers, he's the best player on that team, right? But the thing with KD is, I also believe his love language is words of affirmation. So like he wants us to give him his props, and if he doesn't get that, I ask myself, will KD be happy? I think we would know. You know what? Hey, yeah, he does have Kyrie. He does have all these weapons, but KD's the man. You know what I mean? But I think for him, I don't know if that's enough, because it wasn't enough for him in Golden State, So that's my worry is, will KD be happy if he wins a ring and he's playing this level of a role? So I don't know, man.
Should the Nets be concerned as well about the fact that he's missed so many games so far, or is this all part of the plan?
I think the Nets were prepared for both of those guys to be kind of so-called in and out of the lineup, I would say.
Yeah, I have to agree with Leek on that one. For sure.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, fellas.
Yeah, man. This league has definitely been a soap opera and continues to be this year, man. So let's keep digging in on some of these stories. So one of the great big man, up-and-coming big man of the league, has recently been bit with the injury bug, Joel Embiid. Let's talk about his status, man. We'll start with you, Leek, on this one. What are you hearing about Joel's status, and what are your thoughts on him and his injury?
Yeah, so I was perusing through my sources, excuse me. And one of my sources, Chris Haynes. Yeah, one of my sources, Chris Haynes. It says that the organization is going to be extremely cautious when it comes to dealing with Embiid, meaning they're not going to rush him back. They probably want to see what Ben Simmons can do as the leader of a squad, heading that into the playoffs, because they are a top playoff team in the East. So Ben Simmons, it's not like he doesn't have things to work with. So I think they want to wait for Embiid to be quote unquote 100%, which I don't think there's a such thing at this point with the injuries that he's faced. All right. I think they're gonna take their time with him as much as they can. Lightweight, treat him like an AD situation, kind of. You know what I mean? Try to AD him basically. But I mean, they weren't winning the whole thing anyway. So this is all almost lightweight like an Adam Silver smoke screen, if you will.
Hey, Leek, I'm gonna stop you right there. Man, because I thought that prior to this injury, Philly was looking like a super contender, if you will. Team looks pretty stacked. As much as I give Doc gripe for his job in LA, it seemed like he came determined to change the culture of Philly. He, essentially put the battery in Embiid's back. And told him, hey, you could be an MVP if you stay in shape, stay healthy, stay hungry. And he also put the battery in Ben Simmons' back to be a super defender. So I thought that they had a solid chance.
Were they gonna beat New Jersey?
I thought they would
beat. Were they gonna beat Brooklyn?
I don't know if they would beat New Jersey, but I thought they'd meet New Jersey in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I had Brooklyn winning it hands down, at least taking the East for sure. So I mean, that's why I say their situation. It didn't matter what Philly did. They weren't going to get past Brooklyn. So I mean, That's what I'm saying. Like it's all kind of like it's all Embiid MVP talk at this point. You know what I mean? Because the damn show ain't chip talk.
The Philly to me, they're looking like it's like the X-Men when like Cyclops gets hurt. You know what I mean? Storm got to step up.
Mhm.
That's what they're looking like right now.
Right.
Ben Simmons has got to storm this franchise through the storm, if you will. And hopefully they're able to, keep pace until Joel Embiid comes back. But Philly's definitely going to take their time on that.
And then what?
Hey, hope KD doesn't come back.
Right. Exactly right. That's what I'm saying. Like them winning the chip, like it has nothing to do with how good if Joel Embiid's healthy or how good Ben Simmons plays. None of that matters because the Brooklyn Nets have Kevin Durant, and all they got to do is insert him into the lineup, and that's that, right?
All right, now let us do our due diligence and be responsible with this platform. All right.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, not New Jersey, Brooklyn is the favorite team to come out of the East, but we do have a few contenders in that list other than just the Nets. We also got the Bucks. We also got the Bucks. Can Philly beat the Bucks without a Joel Embiid?
I mean, probably not, right? Probably not, right? Philly would need to be full strength in order to beat a team like the Bucks if they're full strength, right?
I don't know.
I mean, what?
I don't know.
I mean,
Philly's one of the best defensive teams in the league. Tobias Harris is balling out right now. You got Seth Curry as well. You got Dwight Howard as a rim protect, who also just came off the heels of a chip. I mean, I think Philly is scrappy enough to at least be competitive with that team.
But can they? I want to know if Philly.
Lee, you got something against Philly. I can see that.
I want to know if a Philly team without Joel Embiid can beat the Bucks at full strength. I want to know your opinion on that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Dang. What do you think, Mark? Can a Philly team without their MVP caliber player, right? Can they beat the Bucks with their MVP?
At full strength? I'm going to say no because I'm not a believer in Ben Simmons. I'm not going to go. I know there was some news about him being a bust or one of the most overrated players. I wouldn't go that far, but I'm just not a believer that he can carry that team over the Bucks in a 7-game series. Now he can probably get a couple wins, but I'm not willing to go there quite yet.
Hey, look, I'll die on that hill.
All right.
I wish that you wouldn't, Black.
I'll tell you this. Hey, Giannis is dangerously close. He's dangerously close to being on Black's list.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, Giannis definitely leaves a lot to be desired. But fellas, we got to move on, man. We got a lot to get to. So we dealt with one injury. Now we're going to deal with the injury, in my opinion. The king is mortal. LeBron James suffered a high ankle sprain, which will leave him out indefinitely. Other news has come down and says it could be 3, maybe 4 weeks. Fellas, I got to get your take on this injury. What does this mean for the Lakers, and what does this mean for the league? Black, we'll start with you on this one.
I blame you, League.
I like what you do.
Me and Marcus were being realistic last week when we were talking about possible potential problems for the Lakers. And you said we were fools. And now look at this. Look at this brother wailing in pain on the court. He can't even get up to walk. Look at him. He can't even put weight on that leg, Lee. I blame you.
Man.
Hey, who would have thought that LeBron James who would have thought LeBron James would be the one to get injured, right?
Yeah.
I mean, really, who would have thought? Let's see. This is the content I'm here for. See, Ramon? Right. All right. So Yeah, I mean, I heard he stayed in the game to get that jump shot in too.
Get that 10 point.
To get that 10 point, keep that streak going right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I hope it's more protective measure than actually him needing the 3 weeks to get it right. But I'll tell you this though. I'm sorting this along with the narrative. This actually gives the Lakers a excuse to fall back in the standings, right? To not necessarily fight for a first, second, or third seed, or even a fourth seed, maybe at this point, right? And to get in the playoffs as a 6th seed or a 7th seed. And I still have no problem with LeBron fighting his way through, him and AD fighting their way through the West from that deep in the seeding. I still have no problem with that. It will lightweight make the journey even more epic. I ain't even going front. So I still don't count the Lakers as being out or count them as being in some type of like crazy issue or bind. And I can see the way Black's
Yo, I was just getting ready to bloviate.
I can see Black looking like a ticking time bomb. Hey,
I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what are you talking about?
Hey, I don't mind the Lakers sliding back in the rankings to still make their journey to the finals. You know what I mean, from like a 6th or 7th seed, so to speak. That's all I'm saying. I'm still not panicking, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm in full panic mode, y'all. Hey, no Hesi community. I'm off the rails. Hey, Black Mo thought, at the beginning of the season, Black Mo thought we were going to waltz to the finals. We probably would have faced, the Clippers. Clippers would have got their act together. We would have faced them in the Western Conference Finals, defeated them, played the Nets, had a 6-game epic series. And, at the end of it, Bron, with a tear in his eye, would have got ring number 5, and would have dedicated that to to Akron. Now, the way the tables have turned, man. Now, the supporting cast, they're gonna have to step up. They're gonna have to step up now, and we're gonna see what the team is made of when they're not being carried by LeBron James, and it doesn't look good. It does not look good, especially when you got the Suns looking like they're making a turn, especially when you got the Nuggets that are, ready to clip at our heels, especially when you got the Blazers, the Mavs. You got all these teams coming from behind us that are ready to, they smell blood at this point. So I'm panicking, y'all. I'm panicking.
Guys, the Lakers, I'm looking at the standings now. So they're in the 3 spot, but they're literally 3 games away from the 7th seed, from being in the 7th seed. It's not looking good, fellas. And
he said Caruso about to do numbers.
Has a supporting cast ever went from looking good to looking this bad in NBA history? The Lakers supporting cast went from they solid, man. They're pretty deep. They got some play. With 2 injuries, they look bad.
Right.
At the beginning of the season, we were saying, man, hey, Bron a GOAT for this GM work. Hey, man, getting Montrez, getting Dennis Schroeder, these are upgrade. Wesley Matthews. And now we're like, man, we need more help. Now we need more help.
Listen, hey, I'll tell you this. I know this as well. Every season, right? Every season, LeBron ends up in some type of scenario where during the regular season we say they ain't got enough. They need more. They ain't got enough to do it. Hey, how they gonna make it out of this? Right? Every year we say that, right? And sure enough, he ends up right in the finals. So look, hey man, look, I think this could be a similar situation. I think LeBron's gonna be fine, honestly. Couple shots to the HGH. couple injections in some choice locations, you know what I mean? And he'll be fine, right?
All they gotta do is, you know what I'm saying, fix the hardware a little bit, right?
Right. He's about to hop on a flight for maintenance, you know what I'm saying? He's about to go somewhere. They operate on that man in the air, you know what I'm saying? Hey,
Right.
I have no problem with the Lakers sliding back, right, and still getting our spot in the playoffs, and then dominating from there on out. Trust me, it is nothing like it.
If the Lakers are out, let's take them out of this scenario now. Hypothetically, who steps up from the West?
If the Lakers are out, what team slides up?
Because I mean, at this point, we pretty much had the Lakers as a foregone conclusion to represent the West, right? Yeah. At least we did here on No Hesi.
Yeah.
But without the Lakers, now we removed them. Who's looking like the forerunner for that championship work?
I would say if you remove the Lakers out, I would probably say the first thing that comes to mind is I mean, you would want it. It's probably the Nuggets, honestly.
I was gonna say Nuggets.
I would say the Nuggets. I think they got more of what they need than anybody else does.
You talking about with an inconsistent Jamal Murray?
Hey, they don't need him to be that number one option consistent. They don't need that. They need Jokic to do that, and Jamal Murray delivers the firepower according to what Jokic can during the game. So I got no problem with the way Mike Malone manages that. Okay.
Yeah,
I personally think the Clippers are I mean, the Clippers are, put it this way, they're a point guard away from being, the team to beat in the West anyway.
If they make that trade, right?
Right.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Then I'll put them in that. Then I'll put them over the Nuggets.
But even without the trade, they're better than the Nuggets, in my opinion.
I disagree. I think the Nuggets are more. I think the Nuggets are more disciplined. Let me get my fingers right here. I think they're more disciplined. I think they're more consistent. I think their defense is better. I think they're better coached.
League, who has a better record?
I think their star plays at a higher level. All right.
League, who has the better record right now?
I'm not worried about. We saw what happened with the team with a better record last year, right?
How are they more consistent?
The Nuggets have been doing what they've been doing right now for about 5 years at this point, and they're leading up to whatever their pinnacle of this roster is going to be, which it could be a championship if the Lakers and LeBron and AD are not in the picture.
Hey, look, they can't even handle the Jazz. All right.
Come on, man. Come on, man. They did handle the Jazz in the bubble, didn't they? Yeah. The lightweight played that horn in the bubble, right?
All right, brother.
All right, hey, let's stop sleeping. Black, you sleeping on the Nuggets? I see. I got you.
All right, guys. So we got to move to the next topic. But man, my apologies.
I agree with that.
That's facts. I ain't going front.
Yeah, right. I can't hate on that. But everyone, man, I charge it to my head and not my heart. I want to thank everyone who's watching the stream live. I'm sorry I forgot to say that. And everyone who's watching replay, we thank you for joining the No Hesi hoopcast and being a part of the conversation. Now, do me a huge favor if you haven't already and hit that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you can be alerted every time we go live. It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Hey, Ramon, you're enjoying this, aren't you? You came for the right episode, didn't you, Ramon?
Yeah, you did. Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, we got to talk about this, man. And this will hopefully be the last injury conversation we have on today's episode. A favorite of ours, LaMelo Ball, fractured his wrist. Man, Leek, I'm gonna just let you go ahead and have the floor first on this one. What are your thoughts, man, on the LaMelo injury?
Oh, it's tough, man. It's tough because I mean he's so fearless out there. You hate for him to go down and hurt something like this to where it could possibly prevent him from being so aggressive, fighting forward, chasing the ball in the future. Right now, he's just like a little kid out there. But man, this is a lump that he's gonna have to take, man. It is what it is. I've never seen LaMelo injured before. Now that I think about it, from all the years I've been peeping him from sophomore year on, I've never seen him have like injury that kept him out of the game. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes back. They're saying he's supposed to be out for the year, but he's getting a second opinion because obviously he doesn't want to sit out for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully it is not one of those things where he's out for the rest of the year and he does get to come back to solidify that Rookie of the Year standing, because I know him in his camp and me in my camp, since me and the Mellow camp kind of running the same circle. We would hate for another guy to come in like Halliburton or like Edwards or like Wiseman, right? To come in and kind of steal that at the last minute, So hopefully he can come back and play to secure that. But that's a tough blow. I hated to see it. I hated to see it.
Yeah. Black, what's
and that was a shooting hand, right?
Yeah, the right hand. Yep.
So that can also affect the way he shoots moving forward as well, which
Absolutely.
is, that's a scary thought. I wish him a speedy recovery. I hope that, whatever comes of this, he can return back to this form, because he's truly an exciting player. And up to this point, in my eyes, he was hands down Rookie of the Year.
Right.
Leak, you're right. Now I feel like there is opportunity for like Anthony Edwards to squirt in there. It seems like he's playing squirt in there. But it seems like he's playing very well right now after All-Star break. He dropped 42 the other night. So, now he has the opportunity to kind of squeak in there. I think what I'm most sad about, though, and fellas, maybe you guys feel differently, it was looking like they was about to make the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would have liked it. Even though the Hornets probably would have been a first-round exit, it would have been fun to see LaMelo in that type of situation this early on.
First year too.
Right. See what he could do. Right. I'm sure he would have had a slew of exciting plays, and that would have just built his resume up moving forward to whatever his legacy will become. But yeah, man, this is tough. Right after LeVar Ball popped off too, right?
Off. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. So, man, our prayers to LaMelo, man, and to everybody who's injured. We wish you all speedy recovery, man, so we get back to these NBA narratives that we love so much. Well, fellas, now's the time to talk about next week's pick'ems. So we're gonna go through next week's slate of games, and I want to get you guys' thoughts on who's gonna win and who you got losing. So if you're in the chat, please join in and hop in on week 14 pick'ems. I'm going to name the teams and the games for the week, and you let me know who you got. All right.
Let's get it.
Tonight we have the Kings.
Hold on. My bad. Hold on. Ramon keeps mentioning Steph's tailbone. Okay.
Yeah. What's up with that? Did he?
Let's see.
Hey, look. Hey, Ramon wants us to bloviate on his star player's injury. Right.
What Ramon wants us to talk about Steph as if they're playing meaningful basketball. All right. So because of that, so Ramon, let's see. Hold on. You got it, Ramon. You got it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring up Steph's injury report. Okay.
Hey, leave it to Ramon. Ramon literally hasn't witnessed this show in 4 weeks.
Right.
Leave it to Ramon to hijack the show.
Right. Even here he comes and hijacking the narrative, right?
Right.
All right. So it says he's very doubtful. It would be irresponsible, I think, for us to play him at this point. He's still in pain. Drew Yoder told me we have to make sure he's stable and strong in that area and the muscles around the injury. It's not even a question of temptation to put him out there. It's just we're going to do what's right medically. When he's ready, he's ready. So that lets you know right there, Curry is not going to play basketball for a while. Mm-hmm. All right. They're going to be extra cautious. They're not playing a meaningful basketball. The team is, well behind in the playoff rankings. Not even Steve Kerr could will this team to a playoff appearance this season. So, is that what you wanted, Ramon?
I think this is what he wanted. I think this is what he wanted, though, Lee. I hate to be this guy.
Yeah.
I hate to be this guy. Lee, could I have a screen real quick?
Yeah.
I told you so.
Well, hey,
I said he would have trouble carrying this
Right,
load at
right,
the beginning of the year.
right. Yeah, you
And you know,
said-
Black Mo doesn't like to be right all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's good to be wrong. But in this case, I had the vision, Ramon. I had the vision. He didn't have what it took to carry the load, man. And I hope he gets healthy soon. Yeah. I saw him on a walking cane. I don't wish this on anybody, but I will also say Dame is still playing very strong right now as well. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, next season, let's put some more respect on Dame's name coming in. He's in his rightful place, right up there in the top convo with point guards. Get well soon, Steph, though.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah.
man.
Hey, real quick, shout out to everybody watching the show. I see we got a couple more viewers in. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hit the sub button and get that notification bell. You'll see that around the sub button. Make sure you push that. That's gonna lock you in with no Hesi every Monday. All right.
Yes. Where you can get these real visceral takes. These aren't hot takes. These are real emotionally These are emotionally draining takes.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
That is the 3-point contest. New Steph would have cooked him. I mean, come on.
All right, Ramon, you can go back to hibernation.
To be fair, though, if Steph's in a 3-point contest, there's no reason for anybody else to enter it. I'm gonna be honest with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
he can have that too.
Yeah, we all knew that. We all knew that at this point. But yeah, that's wild though, man. Okay, back to the show, Mark. Back to the show.
All right, fellas. So for tonight, we have the Kings going up against the Cavs. Black, let's start with you. Who do you got winning that game?
I'm going to go with the Kings.
All right. What about you, Lee?
I'm going to go with the Kings as well.
Cool. So also tonight, we have the Thunder against the T-Wolves. T-Wolves making a little noise of late. Leek, let's start with you, man.
I'm going to go with the T-Wolves. I think Anthony Edwards is going to be able to do some type of willing down the stretch this season. They're not going to get into any type of special position, not even a play-in. But I want to see Anthony Edwards, and he looks like he's capable of literally willing his team to win a couple games in tight moments just based off his ability. So I'm looking for him to do that tonight.
I also got the T-Wolves, and I'll also add this. I think it's safe to say Karl Anthony Towns is not it. All right? I think what the T-Wolves need to do is they need to, essentially fire sell the rest of these OGs and build around Ant Edwards. Yeah. Karl Anthony Towns is not it.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that. All right, so for Tuesday night, we have the Wizards versus the Knicks. Black, let's start with you. Who you got?
The Wizards have been surging, but I think I'm going to go with the Knicks on this.
What about you, Lee?
I'm going with the Knicks on this as well. The Wiz have been surging, like Black says, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and go with the Knicks. It's something about it's the best defense in the league for me. You know what I mean? It's the best defense in the league for me.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So also Tuesday we have the Suns versus the Heat. Leek, let's start with you. Who you got there?
I got the Suns, man. I'm no longer sleeping on them anymore. I see the vision. I see the way the Monty Williams has these guys playing. It is consistent now. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Suns.
Black, I'm going to follow suit and go with the Suns as well.
Yes, sir. So Wednesday's slate of games starts with the Celtics versus the Bucks. Black, who do you got for that one?
I'm taking the Bucks.
All right. Leek?
I'm going with the Celtics. I'm going with Brad Stevens more specifically.
All right. Also Wednesday, we have the Nuggets versus the Raptors. Leek, let's start with you. Who you got?
We know who Leek's taking.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we know who you're taking as well, right? You wouldn't dare choose the Raptors in this game, right? All right, you see who I'm going with. Black, you go ahead. Black, who are you choosing?
I'm going with the Nuggets.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Let's see. So Thursday, we have the trading deadline, which is big NBA news, man. It's going to be a big week, perhaps. We'll see who makes what move. But Thursday, we have the Warriors versus the Kings. Leek, let's start with you on that one.
I got the Kings on that. I'm going to just leave it there and go with the Kings.
I mean, it's a meaningless game, but it is a very even game considering now Steph's out. But I'm gonna go with the Warriors. Why not?
Yeah, the battle for North.
I want the Kings to lose, so they could get a good pick.
Right. Continue the tank. All right. We also Thursday we have the Blazers going up against the Heat. Black, who you got there?
I'm taking the Blazers.
All right, Lee.
I got the Blazers as well.
Okay. Friday night we have the Cavs versus the lowly Lakers. Leek, let's start with you.
I got the Lakers.
Okay. Black.
I got the Cavs.
Wow. All right.
We got another viewer in the building real quick. Shout out to the new viewer that checked in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that Noti gang so you can be part of the Noti gang. All right.
Yes. Right. So also Friday, we have the Pacers versus the Mavericks. Black, we'll start with you.
I'm going to go with the Pacers.
Pacers.
I'm going to go with the Pacers. I believe Karras is back as well.
Yeah, he's been back. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going with the Pacers.
All right, Leek, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Mavericks. I expect Luka and his squad to pick it up. We're getting down to crunch time. If he is a GOAT, then, I expect him to show us pretty much around this time from here on to the rest of the season. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, y'all seen the video Luka shooting his shot at the ref the other night?
Yeah, sure did.
Hey, he had great form.
I'll tell you that. I agree. Pretty charming if you ask me.
Right. All right. So Saturday we have the Knicks versus the Bucks. Leek, let's start with you.
I got the Knicks. I got the Knicks, man. I just feel like the number one defense will put that cage around Giannis and watch him squirm.
You got Black.
Hey, the funny thing is, Leek picked the Knicks to beat the Bucks, but when asked whether or not Philly could see the Bucks, he flatly refused. I'm going with the Bucks on this one.
All right.
He's leaving out the fact that Joel Embiid would not be technically playing in that series, right?
Hey, the Knicks have nowhere near the team that Philly has,
and that's why they're not even waiting for Joel Embiid to save them.
Right. Fair enough. All right. So, also late Saturday, we have the Rockets versus the T-Wolves. Let's start with you on this one, Leek. Who you got, man?
I got the Timberwolves. I'm gonna be looking forward to Anthony Edwards at some point winning the game for the Timberwolves. So
yeah.
What
about you, Black?
Hey, I ain't gonna front. Hey, I just want to apologize to y'all, man. Hey, this week there wasn't a lot of good games, man. I had to scrape the bottom of the barrel for this one, man. But I'm going with the Wolves.
All right. Well, Sunday we have the Hawks versus the Nuggets. Black, let's start with you. Who you got there?
I'm gonna go with the Nuggets again.
Yeah. What about you, Lee?
I'm gonna go with the Nuggets as well. As well.
And for our final pick'em game, we have the Blazers against the Raptors. Leek, who you got there, man?
I'm gonna go with the Blazers. Yep.
Black.
Blazers as well.
All right, man. Well, this has been a great episode, and we're getting ready to get out of here. But before we do, we must go to one of my favorite segments, Hoop Homage. And Leek's going to surprise us all with this week's Hoop Homage. So without further ado, Leek, take it away.
Facto. I appreciate you, Mark. Hey, shout out to everybody still hanging around in Hoop World out there. This was a episode that was filled with some things that are very traumatizing, and fans and players alike do not like to see, which was injuries. All right. So with the hoop homage, I decided to pay homage to two players that may have been riddled by them, and their careers took on different trajectories. Something that we would hate to see from guys who have potential like LaMelo Ball or even old heads like LeBron James. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and get it started.
And for the No Hesi community, this is a great opportunity to get your texts off, get your comments off.
Absolutely.
So please shoot them to us as we're watching the hoop homage, man.
Absolutely.
We love to see that.
So obviously, you see, we got. Oh snap! I'm tripping. I didn't even have it on the screen. My bad. Let me get that real quick. I was enjoying that thing for myself. Right. All right. Here we go. Let's go. We got some Penny Hardaway.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all know what we were looking at with him. As far as the passing ability, the size of the point guard position, the leadership, right? The swagger, from day one. Something that we've seen kind of LaMelo have.
Ooh.
Penny was different, man. Yeah, so imagine if he never got injured and he was able to be that 6'8" point guard, 6'8" all-star point guard, you know what I mean?
And it was a knee injury for him?
Yeah, it was a knee injury for him. Yeah, lower extremities, yep.
And it was right after Shaq left, too.
Right. Ooh. He also ended up with ankle injury, too, I believe, later on, which is probably over adjustment for the knee injury. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Penny was nice, man. Mark, I remember you used to rock with Penny very heavy, man.
Very heavy, man. I had the Penny jersey, the blue joint. I rocked the wristband on the elbow, Yeah, Penny was different, man.
Right. And this is a 2-for-1 because Grant Hill also was in that scenario, right?
Yep.
We've seen him go down to injuries, and he looked like he would definitely be in front of D Wade. If he got his championship or whatever, as far as two guards go, right?
Oh yeah,
he was in that. He was pre-Kobe, basically, right?
Absolutely.
Ooh. This is post-op Grant Hill right here.
Right, yeah, that's post-op. That's post-op Grant. Yep. He's got bodies. He's got crossovers. He
climbed Mount Matumbo.
He climbed Mount Matumbo like any GOAT should in that era, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
remember the little Penny commercials?
Absolutely.
With Chris Rock.
Absolutely. Look at that.
For all you young heads out there, man, Little Penny was the GOAT.
Man, another Penny fun fact. Another Penny fun fact for all my shoe heads out there: the only non-Jordan shoe ever worn by Michael Jordan was the Pennies, man.
Wow, I honestly did not know that.
Yeah,
I remember when he rocked the 45, he wore the Pennies against Penny too.
Yes,
against Penny, yeah.
As a psychological tactic.
I'm pretty
Yo,
sure
MJ was sick, man.
I'd have told him to take him off. I'd say, you ain't gonna do me like that. Just take him off, Mike. So yeah, that was the homage for the week. I thought I'd touch on some guys who were riddled by injuries and never got to see their full potential, just so we can try to appreciate the stars that we've got today that are still healthy, right?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was great, Lee. We gotta give everybody their flowers while they yet here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, fellas, that's all for this week. I'm gonna give you two the final words, and we're gonna get up out of here. Black, we'll start with you, man.
Man, I'm gonna give more flowers to one of my comrades here on No Hesi. Follow at Spike_leak, right?
Yeah. 23.
At Spike_leak 23.
Yep.
He just dropped some new visuals on his IG. They look amazing. He's got more to come. He's just really building up this resume right now, but the name speaks for itself. At Spike_leak 23. Follow my boy, man.
Yeah, pull up. pull
Absolutely.
up. Sure.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate that, Black. And me and Black got some stuff coming down the works aside from the Noazi. So you'll be able to see a little preview of that on either one of our IGs. You can go there and check that out. But yeah, man, I appreciate that. I've been putting up a lot of film work, even hoop film work. So y'all can check that out. If you go to that Instagram, that Spike_Leak23, you'll be able to check out a lot of that, and even click on the link in the bio to go check out the full videos. So I appreciate that. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be here. Hey, this is crazy because talking about these injuries really get me emotional. Okay, yeah. I just want to say that. So I appreciate y'all for working with me through this emotional time. Particularly that LaMelo injury. Like, who am I going to watch now? You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm pretty sure I'll have to keep up. That way I can come back next week and have something to talk about. So it's all good. It's all good.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you too for this opportunity, man, to sit down with y'all and talk hoops. Is the highlight of my week. And hopefully it's the same for everyone checking us out. So till next time, I'll let y'all later. Peace.